Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to Pet Watch, the monthly show right here from the Whatcom Humane Society. I'm Laura Clark, the director of the Whatcom Humane Society, and your host for the next half hour. What a great show we have here today. Not only do we have some fantastic animals all available for adoption, but we have two guests stopping by, Michael Nichols, dog trainer extraordinaire, and a new employee at our Wildlife Care Center, Sara, who's going to tell you all the great things going on at the Wildlife Rehab Center and how you can get involved. So get comfy on the couch with your 2- and 4-legged friends, and we'll be right back with a great show. Hey everybody, we are here with a great dog available for adoption. This is Zeke, and he has 2 speeds, turbocharged and power nap, although I've yet to see the power nap. Zeke is about a 4 to 5 month old beagle. He is just a party boy. And you know, if you know something about the hounds, folks, a tired hound is a good hound. This hound is not tired and is in desperate need of positive reward-based obedience training. And lucky for him, we have a special guest you're going to meet here in a little while, Michael Nichols, dog trainer extraordinaire, who's going to talk about just how important dog training and socializing your dog is. But what a happy little guy. Great personality, tons of energy. I have noticed that he is a little bit mouthy, so I would recommend this is not a dog for a home with small kids. This is a dog that is going to be great for an active home that doesn't want a big dog, but wants a dog that they can go hiking with, swimming with, camping with, after obedience training, of course. Now keep in mind, hounds are known for following their noses, and this nose is going to take him wherever it goes. So you're going to need to really teach him how important it is to come when called. A fenced backyard would probably be a really good bet for this guy, as well as patience, because you're really going to need it for this knucklehead, and a sense of humor. If you are looking to adopt a dog, always come check with the Whatcom Humane Society first. We are open to the public Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, Sunday and Monday, 11 to 5. We are closed to the public on Tuesdays and major holidays. And for information on our adoption policies and fees and everything else about the Whatcom Humane Society, check out our website, whatcomhumane.org. His name is Zeke. He's looking for a party. If it's at your house, come on down and meet him. Well, it's too bad I couldn't find a cute dog to put on Pet Watch, huh? What do you think, little buddy? Oh, this is Angus, and Angus is here to tell everybody that little dogs are not purse accessories. They are companion animals, and they need to do all the same things the big dogs do, just on a little dog level. This little knucklehead is about 1.5 years old. He is a Poodle Maltese mix, and as you can see, he wants to run and play with the big dogs. What is really important to recognize here with these little dogs is they need socialization, they need exercise, they need training, and in this guy's case, he needs regular grooming. Imagine this guy running through a mud puddle. Wouldn't that be fun? But what a great dog. Fantastic personality, and with training, exercise, socialization, and a lot of love, this is going to be one fun companion. He can be a little nervous and, as you can see, pretty squirmy at times, so a home with no super little kids would be best for him, but a home with respectful kids, a home with another dog that he can play and run with, a cat that might be dog savvy and can turn around and bop him on the nose when he's acting inappropriately would be a good bet as well. If you're looking for a little dog with a big dog personality, come on down and meet this guy. His name is Angus, and he's available for adoption at the Whatcom Humane Society. Hey folks, we have a great guest here today, actually 2 great guests. We have Michael Nichols, also known as the Dog Guy, dog trainer extraordinaire from Tails-a Waggin, doggy daycare and obedience training here in Bellingham, and his special guest, Mater, the puppy. Michael, thanks for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Okay, can you tell us why it is so important to train a puppy like this using positive reward-based training?
Yeah, well, there's a few good reasons, but here's 2 quick ones. We can teach a dog anything we need to teach him or her by using reward-based training without ever hurting their body or their feelings. And since we know we can do it, we're left with the question, why do it a different way? And the one reason I can come up with it is because some people need to express that.
Okay, so when you say a different way, are you talking about the old-fashioned, you put the choke chain on the dog or the pinch collar on the dog?
Right.
So why is that? I mean, I know why, but the Pet Watch video, so why is that not what we want to do?
Well, dogs are always learning, and they're always making emotional connections. Just like Darwin proved to us in 1904, for which he won a Nobel Prize. When we hear a bell and we're served dinner, if we hear the bell later, again enough times, over and over, we'll associate the bell with food. dogs very quickly start to associate pain and fear and punishment with the people doing it to them, and their surroundings, and their life. So we actually end up instilling, whether or not we manage the behavior that we want to manage, we change their emotions for the worse. So my goal is always to first and foremost make sure that I'm improving the dog's emotional state instead of degrading it. And that's what punishment does. It degrades the emotional state of the animal or the people.
That is such a great way to explain that. Thank you. So let's say I adopt little Mater here.
Yeah.
And he or she here, I can't tell. It's inappropriate to look. It is TV family friendly.
He's a he.
He is a great little puppy now,
Yes.
but I can tell is going to be a troublemaker.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it so important to socialize him? Why if somebody says, well, I've been through obedience training before, I know how to train a puppy, why is it so important to get this guy into training?
Well, modern dog science recommends that we have our puppies meet 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 puppies and people regularly and often. And it's really hard to do sitting in your house. So they may respond really well to you and your family or you and your dogs, but we want them to meet many, many dogs of different sizes, shapes, colors, and ages, and many, many different people of all of those things too. So that when they encounter them later in their life, they go, oh yeah, that's no big deal. I've already got a positive association from meeting all those other puppies in puppy class or all those other people in puppy class. Yeah.
So
Hey, Squirmy.
he is really squirmy. So one of the things you were saying, and by the way, folks, Michael is my dog Zane, and we all know my dog Zane. My dog Zane's very best friend in the whole wide world, and has done
I love Zane.
so much great training with him, as well as a lot of work with the shelter dogs here. And you have to check out the Humane Society's Facebook page to see some of the wonderful videos Michael has been producing about the shelter dogs. And thank you, Michael, and thanks,
Oh,
Tails-a
it's my
Waggin,
joy.
Friends for Life. But let's say you adopt this dog,
Sure.
and you find out come 4th of July that fireworks are the most terrifying thing in
Right,
the world.
right.
Talk to us about counter conditioning and what that is.
I'd love to, because I experienced some of that at my house last night. The Seahawks won, yay, but my neighborhood turned into Beirut, not so great. Okay? So what we want to do is pair, P-A-I-R, pair two events. One, the first one we call the trigger. The trigger is the thing that scares the dog. Fireworks is a common one. Other common ones would include the arrival of a skateboard or a motorcycle, other dogs, scary people. Sometimes when we see a dog become scared of a person, like say a person like me, a large middle-aged man, we might say, oh, well, some large middle-aged man must have abused that dog. Just as likely, they simply never have had any association, and dogs often just naturally are afraid of things they don't understand or haven't experienced. That's another reason socialization is so important. So when our dogs are experiencing a fearful episode or a fearful event, we want to pair it with food. Usually the fastest way to spike our dog's joy level, and the joy replaces the fear, is food. Some animals, food's not the most effective thing, but almost always with dogs it is.
That works with me too. When I hear fireworks, if I eat a Cheeto, I'm much happier.
Exactly.
So I can see where this is working.
Exactly right. Now there's a common misunderstanding, and I respect to understand it's a misunderstanding because I used to share it as well. Many people still do think that fear or other emotions can be encouraged by what we think of as rewarding them. But in fact, that's just physiologically not possible. It's just like we know for sure, geographers do, the Earth's not flat. This is that kind of fact. The confusion lies in what we can do is we can cause our dogs to feel fear if we act fearful.
Okay.
The technical term for this is social referencing. Because I know, like, and respect you, if you suddenly act scared, Laura, I'll be scared too, because you're scared, so what are you scared of? If we're together, I should be scared as well. But that's very different from if you say, it's okay, Michael, you don't need to be scared. I'll say, okay, well, thank you for that. And you might give me $10, and then I'll go, oh, well, this is actually, I feel joy now.
There you go.
Yeah. So when our dogs are feeling fear, we don't need to worry about rewarding the fear. That's not possible. What we want to do is condition the fear away from the fear. We call that counter conditioning, from fear to anticipation or joy. So over time, some of you might know my dog Rudy, and Rudy came to me because of fireworks, right, in a roundabout way. Now when he hears fireworks, he looks at me. Because every time he hears a firework, I give him a little piece of smoked salmon, his favorite food. So he now believes that, for good reason, that fireworks are a harbinger of smoked salmon or a predictor of something wonderful coming.
And that was our doorbell, by the way. So we are, just a reminder, our hours of operation, folks, the Whatcom Humane Society is open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, Sunday and Monday, 11 to 5, but we are closed on Tuesdays and major holidays. We have a doorbell. It's great. So Michael, thank you so much for explaining that. You know, folks, again, if you are looking for a great dog trainer, there are many out there. What you want to make sure is you are training your dog using affection, not correction, using positive reward-based methods. I want to thank Michael and the folks at Tails-a Waggin and Friends for Life and all the great dog trainers out there who help the Whatcom Humane Society and the dogs in our care. For more information, go to tails-a-waggin.com, and also a reminder again, check out the Whatcom Humane Society's Facebook page. We post videos of many of the dogs available for adoption, including you, little knucklehead. And Michael and Mater, thank you very, very much for your time.
Thanks for having us. Take care, everybody.
We are here in the cage-free cat colony room of our shelter, and it's just one of my favorite rooms. It's so great to drive into the parking lot at the Whatcom Humane Society, and the room on the corner is the cage-free cat colony room, and you can see some of the cats sitting in the window just watching the world go by. But we're down here on the ground today to meet a pair, well, and hello, we'll meet you in a second. We're here to meet a pair of brothers, Marco and Polo. They are young adult male tabbies, and pretty much this is where you find them in the colony room. They love to hang out in their bed together. They are a very bonded pair of cats looking for a home together. And I know sometimes that can be a hardship for folks, but I'm here to tell you, 2 cats is better than 1. 4 cats is better than 3. Well, when you get into double digits, you start becoming a crazy cat person, let's be honest. But if you're not a crazy cat person and you're looking for a great, wonderful bonded pair of brothers. These guys are shy, they're quiet, so a low traffic kind of mellow home where they can watch the world go by would be a really good bet for them. Nice comfy place on the couch, nice window to watch the world go by. You're not going to find a better pair. They're young, they're handsome, they're Marco and they're Polo, and they're looking for a great new home. If it's yours, come on down to the Whatcom Humane Society. Black cats are where it's at, folks. I have 2 at home. I think they are the best, and this girl, Lexi, is here to represent. She's a 1.5 years old. She is currently the queen of the cage-free cat colony room. One of the great things about this room, and there are many things, but is this cool equipment that we ordered when we moved into our beautiful shelter. This is equipment that was specifically designed for rooms like this. It has removable sisal that can be disinfected. Yes, thank you. She's giving me a love nibble, folks. It's all good fun. This can all be disinfected, has rooms to have cats lay down, to hide, to scratch, to engage in their natural behavior, which is so important in a shelter environment that a cat can act like they should act. So if you are looking for a cool, independent, sassy little cat, you want to come meet Lexi. Yes, I know, I see you. She is a beauty. She is here available for adoption. And a reminder, folks, when you adopt an animal from the Whatcom Humane Society, prior to that animal going home, they are spayed and neutered. They are vaccinated, including a rabies vaccine. They are wormed, they are treated for fleas, and they are microchipped, which is a permanent form of identification. Dogs are issued a license, cats get an ID tag and a carrier, all for a bargain price. Our adoption fees vary depending on the animal. Visit our website, Whatcom Humane, for more information, and come on down and meet Lexi and some of the other amazing cats, perfect cats available for adoption. This beautiful girl is Fiona, and it's one of those times where on TV I wish you could reach out and touch her. Her fur is so soft, it's amazing. She is just a beautiful 3-year-old little tabby. She's checking out her friend Lexi here in the cage-free cat colony room. And what a sweet little girl. She's quiet and shy, a little bit independent when she first meets you, but once she warms up, she's all about the purr. She would make a great companion for a retired person or a couple that just want a lap cat and want to watch a good movie with the cat, because really there's nothing better than sitting down on the couch, snuggling up under a blanket with your cat and watching a great movie. She is a fan of the Lifetime movies, she has let me know, because she thinks that they are deep yet entertaining. Just an FYI, folks, so if you too are a fan of some of the Lifetime made-for-TV movies, this is your cat. Her name is Fiona. Come over here, sweet girl. Oh, I know. Exactly. She's looking for a great new home. If it's yours, come meet her right here at the Whatcom Humane Society. Hey folks, we're here with a new member to the team. We are here with Sara, who's a wildlife care tech at our Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Sara, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is your second time around at the Humane Society. You were an intern at the Wildlife Center way back in the day. What have you been doing since, and how did we get you back?
Yeah, so I'm happy to be back. I, not only love Bellingham, but the wildlife here is just something else. There's nothing else like it. And I was away. I was actually in Texas at a wildlife rehab center there in a sanctuary. And so I spent the last year and a little bit doing a vet tech internship. So I was working underneath a veterinarian there, just kind of shadowing and helping out to the best of my ability and learning as much as I could so I can come back here with a little bit more experience, a little bit more to add.
Awesome. Okay, now it is winter, although the weather, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's been a really warm winter, and that isn't really a good thing in terms of injured and orphaned wildlife. So what is the center doing right now? What kind of animals are in?
Yeah, so right now during our what we call slow season, which is typically in the winter, outside of our baby season, which we'll talk about later, we're mostly dealing with injured and more sick animals, more of our adults, which tend to be more of the difficult cases. So they require a little bit more of our time and care and needs, more severe injuries, more illnesses that we have to, maybe set up some quarantine. And we see a lot of these problems with more of hit by cars. It gets dark a little bit earlier during the day, which tends to be around 5 or 6 o'clock, which is our prime rush hour time. So, guys like our hawks and our owls, they are getting hit by cars because they tend to be hunting around that time, especially with our owls. They come out a little bit earlier, which tends to be about 6 o'clock and getting hit.
So we've got swans, I know, owls, some eagles, and then some adult mammals, some raccoons, maybe possums.
Yeah, so right now in the facility, we're not as busy as later on, but we have 2 trumpeter swans. Both of them either ran into a power line or hit by car. We are the only facility that rehabs swans from Alaska down to Mexico. So yeah, we have a really big duty to do, so we do the best of our ability. And we have an adult eagle who ended up locking talons with another eagle and took a nasty fall and was actually hit by a car, as well as plummeting to the ground. Sure. So we're working with him right now. We have a couple squirrels, we have a couple fawns, and then a couple raccoons that are nice and big and healthy and are about to head out the door, and a couple adult birds.
Awesome. Now, just a reminder, folks, the goal of our Wildlife Rehabilitation Center is to rehabilitate and release these animals back into the wild. Wildlife are not pets, they're not domestic, and they should not be handled by anyone that is not a trained professional. So if you see a wild animal in need, call the center for assistance. 966-8845. 966-8845. Don't pick that eagle up, don't pick that trumpeter swan up, and don't pick that raccoon up. Call Sara or one of the other great folks at the Wildlife Center for assistance. Now, Sara, you mentioned baby season.
Yes.
Baby season hits in the spring, it goes through the summer, and we need volunteers at the Wildlife Center. Talk to us a little bit about what our volunteers do at the center.
Yeah, so really volunteers are the backbone of our facility. We really rely on them for so much, from anything as basic as laundry and dishes. We get really overwhelmed with that when we're seeing, up to 500 patients in a single month. July comes around and we are completely swamped. So from about March until the end of October, we're seeing multiple baby seasons coming through. So first our possums come in, squirrels, and so on and so forth. And leading in, especially during a warm year like this, we're going to see that kind of extending that period of time. So volunteers, they do everything from those basic sort of cleanliness, needs, husbandry needs, to feeding and to any sort of extra assistance for us as staff, as well as the interns. And that kind of leads into that as well. We are also looking for interns, and those applications are due March 1st, and they will go for anywhere from 2 to 3 months, and you'll be working directly with the staff as well as the volunteers doing the day-to-day needs of our rehab facility. Anything from handling and learning about the natural history of every single wildlife patient that comes into our facility, learning the basic veterinary care. So we'll teach you medications, we'll teach you basic things such as wing wraps and such like that. You'll do some sort of vet assistance, minor work like that. Learning about rescues, public education, leading, so you'll also have some volunteers under you. It's a wonderful opportunity to kind of introduce yourself to wildlife, or even extend your sort of animal care responsibilities and sort of your experience in that field.
Sarah's exactly right. I mean, what an opportunity. If you are a student out there, a college student, and you're thinking about a career in veterinary care or with animals, you're a biology student, environmental sciences, check out the information on our website, whatcomhumane.org, our internship program for our Wildlife Center. You can work with Sarah and Alicia and Megan and the great staff out there. If you're somebody who wants to volunteer and you don't mind stinky hard work, because we're not going to lie, folks, the Wildlife Center can be stinky and there's a lot of hard work. Also visit our website, whatcomhumane.org. We really need volunteers. We really need committed interns, because these folks, like Sarah said, in the summertime, it's 500 injured and orphaned native wild animals a month come through that center, and the center depends on the support of our community. If you want to support us, go to whatcomhumane.org. And Sarah, I know it's your day off, but you're probably off to help some animals, so thank you so much. Again, folks, to reach the Wildlife Center, 966-8845. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you so much. And any passionate individual that is willing to come in and dedicate their time, get dirty, do some hard work, but also really rewarding, as well as you get to go home at the end of the day and say that you helped that baby squirrel survive the summer. So it's pretty amazing.
Awesome. Can you smell it? Can you smell? We've got ferrets on the show. Musky. I'd like to introduce you to Dasher and Donner, and yes, they've been here since Christmas, thus their Christmas names. They are a pair of rowdy brother ferrets looking for a home together, and all you ferret people out there, and you know who you are, you gotta come meet these guys. They are fun, they are curious, they are inquisitive, and they're troublemakers, and that's the thing about ferrets. Ferrets are like 2-year-old little boys who've had Coca-Cola and Pop Rocks. They're just crazy. Sock drawers are especially a fun thing for them, as are places like under the refrigerator or the stove. So it's really important, if you have a ferret, you need to provide them with a roomy cage kept clean. And this is a great example, and you will see there's lots of things to keep them mentally and physically stimulated, as well as hammocks. Ferrets love hammocks, and you can buy hammocks at your local pet supply store, or you can make them if you're a thrifty person. But their cage needs to be kept clean, but they also need time outside of their cage, but they need supervised time, because imagine leaving these guys in your house and going to work. Who knows what you would find when you got home. But if you are looking for a cool pair of companions, they're like slinkies, really. They're just like slinkies. Come on down and meet these guys. You'll smell them before you see them, because they are musky little ferrets. Dasher and Donner, looking for a great new home here at the Whatcom Humane Society. I want to introduce you to Frosty, another animal that's been here at the Whatcom Humane Society since Christmas time, thus the name. Frosty, some of you may have already heard, because Frosty was a featured cafe critter. Reminder, every Wednesday morning at 6:15 and 8:15 a.m. Tune into Cafe 104.1 Radio, the Dave and Mandy Morning Show. I visit the studio with an animal, and they get to hang out with Dave and Mandy, and Frosty was one of those animals, yet he still waits for his permanent, responsible, and loving home. This bunny is great. He is friendly, and he is super clean, perfectly litter box trained, and you can litter box train your bunnies very easily. His kennel is so neat and tidy. He's the equivalent of like a super neat freak person. Loves to be held, loves to snuggle, loves to hop around, likes his dark leafy greens, but he really needs a home to call his own. If you are looking for some fantastic information on how to care for a house rabbit, visit the House Rabbit Society's website. It's really easy to remember, www.rabbit.org. It will tell you everything you need to know, and then some, about properly caring for your bunny. Then hop on down to the shelter and meet Frosty, or one of the other great bunnies or small animals that we have available for adoption. Just a reminder, folks, the Whatcom Humane Society is an open admission facility. We never turn an animal away, and because of that, you never know what's available for adoption. From hamsters to horses, dogs to cats, and everything in between, chances are we have it. Come on down and visit. Well, that was our show. I sure hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Special thanks to our volunteer producer extraordinaire, Russ Nelson. Really appreciate his time and efforts on behalf of PETwatch and the Whatcom Humane Society. I want to thank our dedicated volunteer team, our staff who work tirelessly 24/7 to care for the animals, not only in our shelter but in our community. I want to thank all of you for watching, our friends at Comcast and BTV Channel 10. A reminder, you can also see PETwatch on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. Just go to Whatcom Humane and find those. For more information on the Whatcom Humane Society, visit whatcomhumane.org. I'm Laura Clark. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on PETwatch.